Looking at Shiba here, so it's been a long time since I looked at Shiba. You can see that there's actually a zone right here that it's currently at, so that's nice. Throw on this moving average, still very, very bearish, so we'll keep that in mind. Yeah, selling off at this zone right around 710 here. Let's hit it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And this zone, if we drag this, oh, it's really small. If we drag it, we can see it's been respected many, many times. So probably looking for short positions off of this zone. Our next one is down here, around 670-ish. So dropping down these lower time frames. This is really, really good. It's rejected this moving average here and here. This is actually, I probably missed a trade here. This would have been a perfect trade. But we'll see what we can expect for next week. So we do have some bull momentum from this area. You can see higher high, higher low. So it's rejected this area a few times now. 1, 2, now 3. So it really is just ranging. Let's see, it touched this area only a couple weeks ago, back end of October 8th. So yeah, so we're looking for some short positions. I just want to put on every time frame. This is good. You can see now you got the higher, the lower lows and the lower highs. Big bearish engulfing candle here out of this zone. I guess it's not really engulfing because it's a little bit lower, but there's a zone right here that it's approaching, and it's got to break this zone. So it break and retest to this zone, head lower. It will break this 1 hour moving average, which is huge. As far as like weekly ranges, which is what I normally base my trades on, is just how much it usually moves in a week. This says 102. And so far it's moved 67, but this week ends in just under 11 hours. It is Sunday today, but we're looking at it to move about 100-ish points, decimal plot spots. I don't even know what to call it. So we're looking for it to move that next week. So just from here to here, from here to here is only like 39. So it's got a ton of range. I just want to see, because a lot of times with these cryptos, the ranges are kind of off. So we'll go like this weekly. No, it is about 50, 54, 40. Yeah, so it actually, the average is 100, but the last few weeks it's only been 50, 60. So that makes more sense. So we'll say our range is about 50, and that would put us, down here. So if we shoot for the bottom of this zone, we allow our entry to be at the top of this zone, that puts us at 44. So like that's a much better range. So we'll tighten this up here. So we're just looking at next week. So we'll go all the way to Sunday. I can't believe Sunday's already the 29th. That's crazy. The month's almost over. Wow. Okay. And so wait for price to come back into this area, which I don't know if it will. It might actually create a lower liquidity zone. It's very common for price to, instead of coming up to this main zone, it'll create a new one right below it. It'll probably be something like this. And then you don't get your entry. So you gotta watch it. But ideally, it's you wait for it to come into this zone. And like I said, I think I might have missed this trade because I would have taken it somewhere in here, and I would have just waited for it, because I really like when you can place your stop above previous wicks, but then also above this moving average. So I mean, like that is textbook for me, because I just think it's such a nice safety, and it just shows you that price caught up to the moving average, it rejected it, and now it's like it's starting its next wave down. So in my mind, but there is some areas of liquidity here that it could get rejected. So this is a huge area here. So price already hit it once and then pulled up, and now you can see you got a little bit of a bull candle here, engulfing this last one. I mean, there's still 2 hours and 40 minutes, so we'll see how that closes, but might get something, might get some sort of pull up into this zone, and then and then just waiting for the right entry signal, which would be a bearish engulfing candle, just very similar to this one. This is a great candle. This is probably what I would have entered on. But I'd probably enter on a retest of this, because I don't know if you'd really, this actually might still work. I would look for a retracement right into here. this would be my entry, but I don't know if the risk to reward would be there. So you got your 618 retracement of this little bear segment. Keep your stop. Yeah, you keep your stop above. I'd probably keep it right here. Then you would still get your over 2 risk to reward, 2.2. So I think this trade's actually really valid still. I really like my 618 retracements. Just looking at every timeline here. So yeah, I mean, your 618, but even your between your 618 your 786 would give you that liquidity zone, which was right below that previous one, like I talked about earlier. So this would be your new liquidity zone. So you might get a move into this area, and then that would help your risk to reward and make it more advantageous for you to take the trade. But yeah, I mean, I would target this zone to start with, just because it's been rejected several times. I mean, there's a very good chance that price goes back to it. We don't know if it'll break it yet, and within the weekly range, I mean, that'd be about 30, you know, it's anywhere between like 40 and 50 points, and we know on average it moves about 50 to 60. So for the week, I wouldn't shoot for much more than this zone, just because it doesn't really have the range. And then, you know, looking ahead, this will be the next area. Oh, lost my screen there. There we go. This will be the next area that we keep in mind. So that would probably be next week, if price comes into this area and breaks it at all, or even just closes deeply within it. You know, instead of these wicks, it closes with a body inside. Then probably be good to go to short to this, short it that following week to this area. So yeah, that's my take on Shiba. Let's just see. Oh, I lost my moving average. Oh no, there we go. Delete this. Yeah, it's just gonna most likely keep heading down. I know people want Shiba to go to the moon so they can get rich, but doesn't appear like that's gonna be happening. So I would just take my small trades as you can get, double your money, you know, as many times as you can here, small amounts of money. Good risk to reward, you know, at least 2, ideally 3. You know, 1 to 3 risk to reward trades, and just target, yeah, these zones as they see fit. So that's my take on Shiba. I'll see you guys in the next one.